Hello and welcome to the Bharat Army podcast. We've got Bami Army over here, there's Chuck and Finch, and there's Neha from the Bharat Army as well. Lots of banter that has been happening over the past couple of weeks since two test matches have been done already, and lot more banter is yet to happen as well. Chuck, I think you and I, we've been featuring since a long time on our pages, and there's a lot of banter going on in the comment section as well. Have you been going through any of it? Did you read
Yeah,
it?
I have a little browse. To be honest with you, if I looked at every comment, it would take a long time, and I'm not sure how much it would do for my mental health because there's a lot of rubbish. But
there's a lot of angry fans.
Yeah. No, in general though, it's always good fun, and particularly in the ground as well. It's been really, really good fun and a great few weeks so far.
Yeah. Actually, I enjoyed a lot. Neha, since you have been following this on TV and you have been following this banter on social media, what's your view about this?
Yes. It's super fun. It's pretty natural. It's right there in the stadium. You're talking about England, India supremacy and our wicket is going. So those reactions were pretty good, quite intense as well. And I've been hearing from other people also that they are enjoying this banter that we see in the stadium through Bharat Army videos too much.
Yeah. So I think that moment went very much viral where, I was about to interview Chuck and Finch about baseball and suddenly a wicket fell down. And they were just teasing me about, I think 4 angles or something went crazy. But yeah, let's just speak about your experience in India watching test matches. Like, would you want to, if you have to compare this with, let's say, watching test match in England and watching it over here, what are the differences?
Yeah, it's very different. I think so. In England, it takes a while for the atmosphere to get going, and people get into the ground, take their time, have a coffee, and then lunch happens. Get a beer, and then the atmosphere slowly sort of gets there. And Finch will be able to tell you from the response to his trumpet. If he blasts a song at 11:30 in the morning. He doesn't get too much response, but come 5:30 in the evening, it's a different story. But compared that to India, and you walk into the ground, and not even before you walk into the ground, you can hear the roars, even just for Rohit Sharma picking his nose. Basically, there's a lot of noise. So it's amazing atmosphere over here, and it's just so different. And I don't think I'll ever forget that first time you walk into an Indian ground and it's just like in your face.
Yeah, it's everything I expected, and also a whole lot more, really.
Yeah.
Because there's so many school children, and we don't have that in England for various reasons.
Yeah.
School children tend to go to school, not go to cricket matches 5 days. So the actual high pitch noise is a very different experience.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful because it's a constant noise for the whole day.
Along well with the crowd as well. Like, people were waiting for you to play a trumpet, and they were just joining in with the music as well. No, but then tell me about the heat, guys, because I'm from Mumbai and I struggle in the Hyderabad heat or even the Vizag heat. How are you coping with this?
Yeah, it's okay. We're there's both the grounds so far. There's been quite a lot of shade, and just drinking lots of water. Sun cream once they've let us take it into the ground and so on. So it's been it's we can't complain. I mean, I speak to my family back at home and it's like 4 degrees Celsius there. So you can't complain too much about the heat, and we're not playing in it as well. Yeah. We're not batting for 6 hours like Jaswal and Pope. So it's been lovely, really, the heat. So
there's actually a nice comparison because from the stands, and then when it gets to players who are actually playing out there, you can see the sweat dripping down and everything.
Yeah.
It must be super difficult for them. On that note, let's actually get to the breakdown of the 2 matches that has happened up until now. Starting off with the first test, they are disappointing loss. I mean, up until day 2 or day 3, I was like, we're going to win this. I was waiting, let's Chuck, I'll take some video of him. And in fact, we even met just before the evening.
He was nearby. He was waiting. Yeah.
I was thinking, hardly we'll try to win it next day or something. And then suddenly things go the other way around. We lose the test match in the next couple of hours. What went wrong for us? Apart from everything.
Firstly, it was not very disappointing, to be honest. Yes, we could have won that match, but we lost by a very, very close margin. So it's fine. It was not like we got defeated off of it. So I was okay with that, to be honestly. And I think where we lacked essentially in the first match is, of course, the partnership. I think the build-up of an innings that we usually get to see in a test match, I think that is something we did not get to see. Not just first test match, but I think overall in both the test matches, not just any particularly innings. But that is something that we lacked. And also, I think we got an out-of-syllabus question in the form of Tom Hatley, whom we did not expect to kind of do so well. I think it is his debutant match, so probably we didn't prepare for him quite well. And I think what costed us heavily in the game were the two. What costed us heavily in the game was the two drops of 𝐒𝐓𝐃𝐃 by KL and Akshar. I think we could have got him out quite early on in the match, but he was very impressive as well. Yeah.
Look at Chuck. If you had to place your bets on a player, Pope would have been the last player you would have thought that he's going to win your test match, right?
Yeah, no, if you look at his numbers in India before, but I mean, every England fan will tell you, and I'm a Surrey fan as well, and he's a Surrey player. Everyone knows how good Ollie Pope is, and the beauty of this current England management, they just back the players, and that we've seen it pay off with Zach Crawley, and it looks like now it's paying off with Pope. Unfortunately, he didn't go on in Vizag, but he looked good again. So, yeah, I'm not. Every England fan will tell you it was a surprise because it was in India and he didn't look great in the first innings. But it wasn't a surprise because it's Ollie Pope, and I think everyone has known he's capable of something like that. So really happy for him, to be honest.
This entire debate about baseball versus chess ball, I personally have an opinion. I'll get to it later, but I'll start off with, let's say, Chuck. You tell me. What do you make?
Yeah, I'll say that point that I think the thing with baseball is, well, whatever, Finchy sums it up quite well. It's just a mindset, isn't it?
It's more of attacking mindset. It's not necessarily specifically about batting. It's not about bowling, but it's actually, in some ways, it's more about what goes on in the field. It's making the opposition team do things differently.
Yeah,
and making them think differently,
pressure.
and putting pressure on in different ways. Like you'll see, for example, when Stokes will have like all the fielders in. I think he did it to 𝐒𝐓𝐃𝐃 Gill.
Yeah.
He had all the fielders in standard in outfield, and then for the last two balls of the over, he just suddenly spread the field, like and going, okay, let's have a look. Let's see your hook. Let's see what happens here. But let's just see where's the short ball.
And look, how many times? How long have you guys been following India, and how many times at home have you seen India get a 100, 200 run first innings lead, and then the opposition just sort of folds, and there's no pressure put back on India, and you just have the easiest win in the world? And so I think the Indian team aren't used to that and weren't expecting it in Hyderabad. And I think that was a massive reason why it worked, because you'd never seen an opposition team put so much pressure on. I mean, I think India have lost 3 games at home in the last 10, 11 years or 12 years or something. So, you're used to winning and you're used to teams folding. So I think that's been the main difference of why it can work, particularly in India.
And in fact, maybe I'm not a supporter of baseball as such, but the conviction at which, we've been backing baseballs into a long time, even if things are not, they don't seem to be going in your favor initially, but then you still stick to it. That is something which I appreciate, the conviction. Neha, you're saying something.
Sorry.
I also feel that this concept lied somewhere here and there in test match. It's just that we never kind of named it something, because when it has come to it, test match on and off have been having those attacking mindsets also. Probably Gaba back in Australia, the one when India won in Gaba. So I think that is something if you're talking about the mindset sort of a perspective, yes, that has always been there. I think just now what has happened is we've probably given it a name and called it probably baseball. But let's just also come to the fact that baseball also got the taste of its own medicine. I think in the second test, in the second innings, instead of going for their attack, had they played little defensive and forgot the kind of let go of the baseball concept a little bit, do you think you had a fair chance of winning?
No.
Considering we had one more day to go on.
No. Look, how
so
many...
when you're saying you feel that Bumrah was so good, he was unplayable, that you have lost any which ways.
I think the Bumrah's spell in the first innings was the main difference between the two.
So
and I think that he got man of the match.
Ashwin's on 499 wickets now. How many of them have been in the fourth last inning, just cleaning up a team? Like, you guys are so good and so ruthless at doing that. I think the Indian team would be a bit scared now if England are batting second. And again, how many runs do they set? Because, I think this England team will take any target on and play in that attacking way. And okay, some days like Monday it won't quite work, but that's just the nature of it. There'll be other days. There was a couple of really close calls on Monday. The Crawley LBW, the Bairstow LBW. I think the Crawley and Bairstow came out after lunch, and they were still batting. That could have been a lot closer. Whereas both those marginal decisions went India's way. So
Shubman Gill's marginal LBW when he got a slight nick when he was given out. I mean, he didn't think he'd hit it.
Yeah.
So I mean, he obviously did hit it, but these are the fine margins that could mean the difference between a win and a loss.
But I mean, the main thing for me is it's so exciting for the next 3 Test matches. It's just 1-1, and I think it's just going to be hopefully you got Kohli coming back in. We're hoping Brook might come back in at some point.
No, usually we expect a fifth day cliffhanger match, right? Like a close contest. Yeah. We've somehow managed to get a 4th day, very interesting match. And the part is we know there's no draw over here. It's either win or loss. Usually we've got this at the back of our mind, okay, fine, we can just defend or we can just settle for a draw. But now, day 4, making it interesting. I think this is something which I'm witnessing, which is quite new right now. And I really look forward to it because of baseball. And the way Indians have also, in a way, adapted to that situation. I remember trolling baseball at the start in the first innings, and then I just watched Rohit and Jaiswal do the same thing.
Yeah.
So we can't really be trolling baseball that much because I think we maybe not as ruthless as you guys have been, but to some extent, if we find an opportunity, we're definitely going for it.
Well, it gets people watching the game, which I think is the main important thing.
And guys, just tell me, walk us through the entire fear that you guys sense when Bumrah has the ball. Because I remember
I leave this one to you. He's got look at your fingernails. He's got no fingernails.
No fingernails. Wow. I mean, there aren't many cricketers. I'm very biased towards England. There aren't many cricketers in the world where I would genuinely say I want that player in my team, but Bumrah's got to be one of them. He's just it is scary to watch him. And the most annoying thing about him is you're like, right, they're going to take him off now. He's bowled 6 overs on the top, and then he keeps him going because he's got this. His run up so unique, and he just preserves so much energy. And that spell that he bowled at the end of our first innings on day 2. I think that pretty much won you the game, and he's just he's a special bowler,
and he's done it against England a few times. So we've seen it in the flesh a couple of times now.
Yeah, we were at day 5 at the Oval a couple of years ago.
He did it at Lords as well in that same series. And it's like Chuck said, it's the action. It's like a catapult. It's like the elasticity of his arm.
And his story is amazing as well. That's what cricket's all about, stories and where these players come from and the adversity. So good for him. It's just amazing to watch. I think all the England fans who've travelled over and have had that opportunity, I've heard quite a few of them say it's just amazing to witness him bowl in the flesh.
Speaking of witnessing amazing bowling, Neha, let's just accept how good Anderson has been over the years. I mean, he's been a legend. And
come on, we bigged up Bumrah. Come on,
come on,
No, I think you're right. I think James Anderson has been pretty exceptional, and I think the kind of bowling that he does that at the age that he is in is pretty unusual. And also, I think considering in the fact over the past few years, bowlers are very prone to injury, but somehow he has been super free from injuries also over a period of time. And I think it is a testament to the work that he does off the field as well to keep himself super fit to be able to bowl the way he is today. And I think his workload management also probably is pretty smart that way. He doesn't play IPL as well. So I think he chooses very wisely as to where and what to play. And I think that has given him that edge to be super fit even at this kind of age. But he's exceptional.
Can I say one last thing on that point?
Yeah.
He's on 695 wickets.
Oh,
Yes.
So 5 more to 700. If he can do it against India,
yeah.
snick off Virat Kohli in the next test.
Come on.
I think it would be brilliant because you guys call him Clouderson. You call him Clouderson, so if he can do it in India against India, that would be incredible. And I think it would be. I think he'd love that.
Let's just go to the build-up because there's a chance Virat might be back in the next test. We don't know it yet. It's not confirmed. Are you happy with the squad that you have right now? Do you see any weaknesses, any strengths over there?
Well, I think if you offered an England fan 1-1 after 2 test matches, we definitely would have taken it. So, and I think it's probably a fair scoreline. I think it's been a really close series, and I can't expect that to change really. I think it's just going to be a lot of back and forth, to and throwing. I think obviously it's a huge boost for India. We know how much Kohli means to India, and I'm looking forward to watching him play in India. And the noise has been loud so far, but I imagine when Kohli comes out to bat. So it's exciting, really.
I just thought that he's not confirmed his selection for the next 3 matches. I am not sure yet. So we don't know. We hope. We really want to see Virat Kohli play, but I think we have 10 days. Let him confirm his selection, and I hope he's back in the game to tie all the loose ends that we have been seeing, Kunal, in our batting lineup little here and there. Also because we are in that transition phase, I believe. So we need that one strong middle order batsman right now.
De Villiers let it slip a bit, didn't he? That he's having a child. So. I think he let that one slip a bit. Did you see that on the pod? So fingers crossed, which is great news, hey, which means it's hopefully family as well, and if he has a successful child, and
he's had no sleep.
Yeah. And he's had no sleep. Yeah, he's been looking after the kid. But no, really excited about that. Totally coming back in. Hopefully he does.
But then, Neha, what's your expectation from the next 3 tests? Like, what are you expecting? Like a close finish, like 2-2, and then final at Dharamshala, like they predicted? I would love that.
Yeah, I'm going for that.
I just feel... 2-2. I just feel Rajkot will be a draw, considering it's a flat pitch.
Rajkot draw.
Sorry, what are you saying, Simon?
No, I'm saying I'll be 2-2 going into the last test. Yeah.
Okay. I think Rajkot will be draw, and then we go on to win the next 2 matches for sure. But I think Rajkot will be a draw.
Ben Stokes doesn't do draws.
The only possibility of a draw, I would say, is if England win the toss, bat first, and India have to bat last. They have to bat to save the game.
Yeah,
I think that's the only. That's the only chance. Only possibility of a draw.
So Simon, you're predicting 2-2 and the final at Dharamshala, where of course your prediction would be England winning it. Chuck, what's your prediction? Are we going 2-2 at Dharamshala?
I'd go with that. That will be dream territory, hey? 3-2 win at Dharamshala. But I hope for everyone's sake it's 2-2 in Dharamshala. That would be amazing.
Knowing Neha, I'm sure you'll say 4-1.
Neha's going.
I said Rajkot will be a draw, right? Yeah, exactly. So we are 1-1 right now. Rajkot draw. So we'll go 3-1 basically.
3-1.
So do one thing, guys.
That's my prediction.
That good at predicting, you should go on Bharat Army's website and try out the Bharat Army Ultimate Predictor, and you guys can stand a chance to win gifts and rewards worth rupees 10,000. Moving on, guys. I think we've spoken a lot about this. Let's just get to what we're good at, banter. I think over the years, Bharat Army and Barmy Army have had fantastic banter. What has been your earliest memory of it?
Me, I suppose, getting involved with, I suppose one of my funny, actually the banter in England is good. It's a lot of fun. That was my first experience. Getting involved, there was a Punjabi dance troupe at Headingley, at the series in 2021, wasn't it?
Yeah, 21.
And they were there dancing because there's a big Punjabi population in Yorkshire,
in Leeds,
Leeds, particularly Bradford. So they have the Punjabi dance troupe. And my wife is Punjabi.
There's one moment which I vividly remember during this World Cup. You guys had posted the moment Kohli got out about a duck or some, I don't know which, was it Kohli getting out on a duck? And then
Kohli got out for a duck against England. Yeah. We had to take the small wins during the last one.
Because we were in the, I'll tell you how it went out for us, because we were in the stands creating content. And we just check out social media. Socials are blowing up. We see what's happening, and we check out. So the team that's handling social media, they had put out these multiple duck images and this.
Yeah. So I'd had that. That was annoying because I'd had that meme in my phone for like 2 years, waiting for Kohli to get a duck against England.
Oh.
Annoyingly, the first duck he got against England was when we were playing so bad, we were smashed in every game during the World Cup.
Yeah.
But I thought, screw it, I'll just put it up. And then I think Root got out for a duck, Wood got out for a duck. We had about 3 ducks in the second inning. So yeah, you've got to be careful in the social media game because there's always a second innings, there's always another test match.
Yeah.
You would try. I remember Kunal in Hyderabad.
So
he was
Chuck,
trying to get something out of me, like
Yeah.
to rip into the Indian team. I was like, no, first test match is a long series.
Yeah.
Nicely, very nicely he mentioned, I won't do what you guys do. I won't get too ahead of myself and start abusing. I just take it one match.
Yeah, you gotta stay calm in this game.
yeah.
Yeah, you're saying something.
So Chuck, we usually not very cheeky in terms of putting out memes against anyone, but every action has a reaction, and that was the answer to you in the World Cup, the meme response.
But I think it's good because Bharat Army and Bharat Army know how to take a joke and they know how to give it back without actually offending everyone. People get offended. That's what they do in general. But
It's all in healthy stride. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot in healthy side. Even we get a lot of saying that, Bharat Army is over there, make sure you go over there and create some good content. I remember recording myself in the first test match when we lost it. And as soon as I'm clearly disappointed. And immediately the English fans just start applauding us. Like, it was a good match, good fight and everything. And then Chuck comes jumping and hands me his cap, but okay.
Yeah.
The amount of messages we get if the Barmy Army page doesn't post when Kohli gets out and we don't post the Kohli's gone meme, we get so many messages going, where's the meme? I'm waiting for the meme. People literally, I think Kohli gets out against England and people go straight onto Twitter to look for the meme.
Right.
So are you aware Iceland Cricket has tweeted something about you guys this morning? Or yesterday?
Yeah, they had a little dig at us.
Yeah.
I think she's got the hat on. Iceland Cricket, they were
Moral victory. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. They were saying like how good a fans the Barmy Army are.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they do this and that, and they still claim a moral victory. Yeah.
Even Gilchrist has posted a picture this morning where moral victory and moral has been slashed over here. But it's good fun. It's good banter. In fact, with Simon, I remember this. You were playing the trumpet after a boundary, and since we've got that annoying noise making, I don't know what.
Oh my goodness! Yes, the horn
sound. The moment he starts playing the trumpet, he just starts like buzzing that irritating noise just to shut him down. But
that's what they do. But the thing is, they've only got one note, and I've got at least 25. So.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Do they?
So both want to overpower each other, basically.
Yeah. Are horns allowed in every stadium in India? Because they weren't in Hyderabad, but they were in Vizag.
So with Indian stadiums, the rules are different for each and every day as well. So one day they might allow you with this, the other day they say don't keep your points outside. It's very challenging actually for us.
I'm going to be really, really strong and radical about my opinion on the horns. I hate them. They are so annoying. Like, and I know it's a little bit ironic because we play, but there's no order to it, and they're like, we nearly got deafened.
No, Chuck,
it was like
we all hate it. We are with you in this.
All right,
let's just put a pass on that annoying. So
I'm not sure you guys will remember, but because India don't really play football too much, but during the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa, they had the same issue with the vuvuzelas and in the stadiums, and it's just like a constant and it's just like it's so grinding. So
10,000 of them blowing at once.
If they're in Rajkot, can you do a call to arms on the Bharat Army social media?
I think Sri Lanka does that a lot.
Not allowed.
In Sri Lanka, they have this without so I kind of hate that because I like Sri Lankan fans, but I hate the thing in their hand where they just keep on blowing that annoying sound. So guys, anyway, let's do one thing. Let's move on to the name game. I think you've been provided with some hints for us to guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a clue. Okay, so we're reading out the clues to you.
We're really bad at this. Just a heads up. Please provide some extra hints. But yeah, Neha, let's try to do it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So your first clue is he made his international debut in 2014 against Australia.
Okay.
Any guesses?
So is it an Indian player or an English player?
It's an Indian player.
2014 against Australia debut. Shikhar Dhawan made it in
This is too wide.
Okay.
But more, we have more hints. Let's go for those.
We've got more hints.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one.
Next hint. He has scored centuries in all 3 formats of the game. That narrows it down quite a bit. Not many Indians have managed that.
Yeah. So Virat has recently done it. So is it Virat?
Shubman Gill.
2014 debut.
2014.
2014 में गिल नहीं होगा.
No. So Virat.
So, right. Next
all
clue.
3 formats.
Rohit Sharma has a century in all 3 formats. There's another player.
Okay, next we have one more hint. Hold on, we have one more hint.
Yeah, you've got a few more clues.
Please.
So, next clue. So he holds the record for scoring 50s in 7 consecutive Test innings.
Okay.
If
Fine.
you don't get it, you're terrible Indian cricket fans, right? He
Last
can
one, please.
field and keep wicket.
Oh, it's got to be KL Rahul then.
Yeah, it is KL Rahul.
Got it, finally.
Karnataka.
You are true Indian cricket fans.
After 5 hints.
Do you have one? Do you have one for us now then?
Yeah, we've got one for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
here
we
go.
do.
Oh,
Yeah, would you like to go ahead or should I? Okay, but I'll do it. Chalo.
Why don't
Ready?
you go ahead? Yeah.
Viewers, try to guess it before Bami does it, and you'll win this. He made his international debut in 2004 against Zimbabwe.
2004. Jimmy Anderson.
Jimmy Anderson.
No, not yet.
Guys, hold up. You have more clues. Don't be overconfident.
Don't need him.
Don't need him.
Don't
Sorry.
need him.
Game over.
He is a T20 World Cup winner.
No, hear out.
He played a role in the team's victory.
Wait, say it again.
Not Anderson. So yeah, there are more. It's not. But many people made their debut in that year. So that's fine.
Yeah, Zimbabwe.
Exactly.
No, we meant to.
No, but a few people made their debut in the same game.
He is a T20 World Cup winner. That's the second hint, and played a major role in the team's victory. That's the second hint.
Okay. So, Collingwood maybe?
Come on, guys.
Come
Show
on.
us.
Collingwood.
No. You guys are quite close. I'll drop the next hint. Don't worry. He has played 104 tests and has scored 8181 runs.
8181 runs. Okay.
Anyone?
Kevin Peterson.
Correct. That's a good one. Yeah. So Bharat Army family, right now you heard us speak about our favorite memories during the test matches. Not only test matches, in general cricketing memories. Do one thing, record yourself speaking about your favorite cricket memory for 1 minute. Send it to Bharat Army, DM us right now, and you can stand a chance to be a part of this podcast. And we'll have a lot of fun conversations over there as well. Simon, Chuck, Neha, thank you so much for joining in. I'm Kunal. I had a fantastic time and really looking forward. Yeah, I should have brought in the Bharat Army hat, but yeah, this is all moral victory.
See you in Rajkot.
Please like, share, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for the next podcast. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.